All right, I'm pretty stoked about this. This is a Hume. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. This is a Hume Body Pod. So it uses 6 different frequencies from your feet and through your hands with that little handle. And basically, it will tell you your body composition. So the mineral density in your bones, your lean muscle mass, your visceral fat, etc. So I'm pretty stoked about it. I will use a Whoop, and I use other analytical tools. Hello, kitty. And so this is a great insight for me. So I'm pretty excited about it. I've got it hooked to, or I will have it hooked to Google Fit through the Hume app. And I've also got my Whoop data there and blood pressure and other stuff there. So this should give me some interesting analytics. All right, let's see what's going on. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's literally the body pod and a charger cable, and that's it. All right. So I got this Hume Health pod, and you can see it runs like 6 different signals through your body, and it gives you all kinds of information through both your hands and through your feet. And so that's how it's different. It's like 98% accurate to a DEXA scan. So I'm going to show you some of the different metrics it gave me. It shows my metabolic age, my skeletal muscle mass, and my body fat percentage. It's still calibrating, but I find it hilarious. My body fat percentage is 18% when you actually take it. If you ask my BMI, for example, it would be in the 30s, which you'd think I'd be morbidly obese. But this actually measures all of those things. And at 255 pounds, I only have 18% body fat right now, which is insane. And it pulled over some Google Health information from Google Fit down here. And so I did have a crappy sleep last night. But anyway, going over to the body piece, you can see it gives you all this information, but you can also go to the body, and it shows you, your age, your metabolic age, your muscle mass by what part of your body, as well as if you want to switch it over to fat percentage. And so it's hilarious because I've got a belly, but it thinks that my trunk fat overall is not that high, which means I have giant abs under all this, which is hilarious. But you can see, you can switch it back to pounds of muscle. And so I've got 90 pounds of muscle in my core, and then it tells you how much lean muscle. And you can see that my right side is slightly heavier by about a half a pound in the arms, and about a pound in the legs. So I've got about a pound more lean muscle in my right leg and about a half pound more lean muscle on my right arm. So that's pretty interesting. So it tells you all this stuff. It's actually got a ton more data than just this. You can dig down, for example, and you can see skeletal muscle mass and get more detail here. And so it shows you your weight, your body fat percentage, your body fat mass. So that's like a more traditional metric. It is high because I have a high body weight at 255 pounds as an overall human. And so my body fat mass is high because that's the amount of pounds. So even though it's only 18% of my body fat, it's still a lot of poundage of actual fat compared to other humans. Because I'm heavier than other humans at 255 pounds. And so you go down to lean mass. My lean mass is 188 pounds, so I'm basically almost 190 pounds of lean muscle. Subcutaneous fat, so 40 pounds is, even though I've got a low fat percentage, as you can see, it still is a lot pound-wise, even though it's a low percentage, because like I said, I'm a big guy. Visceral fat is only 10, so it's standard. So that shows like exactly what my, for example, my liver medical stuff review or whatever. It basically said I didn't have a fatty liver. Well, that shows you right there. I have a very standard visceral fat index. Skeletal muscle mass, so that's the actual muscle on the skeleton. And it's going to track this over time. I just got this thing. It's unbelievable. My actual mass of my skeleton, 26 pounds. My bone mineral content. So it'll go in, it'll show you bone mineral content and tell you about, all of that. And it'll track it over time. Body water percentage, so it'll tell you the different types of water, and why it's important. Overall, I'd say it's just one of the craziest diagnostic tools, and I'm super stoked about it because, traditional rule of thumb doesn't really capture everybody's health, and this is just a deeper dive into understanding that.